Alright, welcome to the Deep Thoughts Podcast, episode 22. We wanted our drunk episode to be episode 21, but we are doing episode 22. Because Zach's birthday is in 3 days? What day is it?
No, it's in 8 days.
8 days?
That's not even true either. It's in 10 days.
He has the same...
birthday's December 8th.
It's approximately next week.
He has the same birthday as my mom, and I still do not know what birthday it is. Alright, let's hear our guests. First one?
What's up? It's your boy Chayce.
It's Chayce. He was on our first drunk episode. Let's hear our next one.
Hello, I'm Mason.
Mason, the two Sharpshooter podcast guests. And then let's hear our third one.
I'm Kira.
Kira, my girlfriend.
My girlfriend.
The first girl on the podcast. Fourth guest.
I'm Tyler, and I just sent Zach the cover of this episode.
Attaboy.
All right.
Look at that contribution.
It's very awkward. All right.
My name is Zach. I am a host.
All right. So me and Zach are the hosts of this podcast. We have 3 guests plus a girl, and we are very
Novel guest.
our first girl of the podcast. Say hello, Kira.
Hello again.
This
Kira.
is my girlfriend, and we are.
I was like, is he going to take us around the horn again?
All right, first guest. Say your name, Chayce.
No,
all right, okay, just kidding.
I refuse.
Just joking, just joshing. All right. As you can see, we are very under the influence.
You can't see shit.
Okay.
This is a podcast.
This is a podcast. You can't see nothing.
If you're a video listener of the slideshow, that's
Slideshow.
We are all above the age. Trust me, and we're having a great time. So, what's the first topic, Zach? Let's set his
let's
drink down.
introduce Mason and Chase's podcast.
All right.
Their guests on here.
The Sharpshooters Podcast. What do you guys talk about in your podcast?
Hello, we're from the Sharpshooters Podcast. We are a Gonzaga podcast. Yep. We
Go
talk about
Zags.
Gonzaga basketball. You can find us on social media at Gonzaga Podcast on all platforms. We're on SoundCloud. If you guys want to hear some quality Gonzaga content, we may post once every couple months.
Every few years.
Yeah. We had 1 episode last year. We're up to 2 this year.
Woohoo!
But the Zags got one of their biggest non-conference losses in the history of the school this week, so we might not come back. So
we died from a broken heart. So
Well, weren't they injured going into that game?
a little bit, but
Yeah,
they
so-
still sucked. They wouldn't have changed it.
yeah, so we run an 8-man rotation, and Anton Watson is our first off the bench. And he was not playing, and then everybody else is pretty bagged up. And they played 3 games in 3 days, so it was going to be a rough go of it. And Michigan's honestly a lot better than people think.
Yeah.
The first game I watched this year was the Oregon game. And that was a
good game,
that was a
honestly.
nail-biter.
Peyton Pritchard is awesome. Oregon's point guard.
Mm-hmm.
There was nobody at that game, though. There was so many empty seats.
I actually knew somebody that was at that game, which I'm kind of jealous.
At the Bahamas.
Yeah, they went for it.
For Thanksgiving.
But yeah, honestly, the way they scheduled that tournament was so stupid.
With the times.
Yeah.
Why would you make the championship game at 11 a.m.? Why?
Right.
That is
After
Why?
third game in 3 days, and the championship's 11 a.m.
I was wondering
That's
how much
tomorrow?
it would be, how much
Already
it would
happened.
cost
That
to
was
go
the
to
game
the
against
game.
Michigan.
Oh.
Yeah, so
stupid.
But yeah, we're not here to talk about Gonzaga. If you want to hear us talk about Gonzaga, follow us at Gonzaga Podcast on
That's
Twitter.
at Gonzaga Podcast.
At Gonzaga Podcast.
Wait, what's our handle on SoundCloud?
At Gonzaga Podcast.
That's right.
At Gonzaga Podcast at SoundCloud.com.
If you want to find a replacement for this awful Deep Thoughts
Shut the
podcast,
fuck up. Alright, first topic from the one sober one. Chayce.
Disney Plus.
I was actually just going to say, what do you guys think of Disney Plus?
I fucking love it. Oh my goodness.
Animal Planet.
It's National Geographic.
Wise
but
words
it's
of Tyler.
Geographic, mountains. Water.
Tyler just likes watching birds fall off cliffs and die.
No, they didn't die.
They survived.
2 of them
They're
survived.
resilient.
They survived somehow.
I have Disney Plus, but I haven't actually logged into it.
You should honestly log into it. It's insane.
My sister watches a lot of Lizzie McGuire.
I was watching Home Alone.
now, this is what
dreams are made of.
So I'm very against Lizzie McGuire. I think it's very anti-Semitic. But anyways, I'm very into Disney Channel original movies. You might know this from our.
If you're on episode 22 of the Deep Thoughts podcast, you know Blake's love affair with Disney Channel original
So
movies.
if you want to look at some great reviews about Disney Channel original movies, you can go to Blake's Badass Blog.weebly.com.
That website's still up?
And good news, you can watch all those DComs on Disney Plus.
Exactly. So some of
$1
the
million cook-off.
So some of my favorite DComs that are on right now, which I'm still waiting to watch, is
Princess Protection Program.
Well, that's a good one.
Princess Protection Program
Zombies,
is a
which
very
we
bad
reviewed on the
movie.
podcast.
Very good movie.
Zombies.
Wait. Speaking of zombies, has anybody seen Zombieland 2?
Yes.
Yes.
No, I
I
haven't.
have.
Can we
Do
rate
not
that?
fucking
Do not spoil it.
I-
Do not spoil it.
It was horrible.
I wanna
I
get it on
will
my
leave.
first-
I will walk out of this.
Okay.
I will
We
run
won't talk about it, but I want to hear Zach's 1 through 10 review on Zombieland 2.
Okay, well, I liked it just as much as the first. I agreed with you on that.
Okay.
When I saw it, I would give it like a solid 8 out of 10.
I didn't like the first one. I didn't like the second one.
Get out of my house.
Okay.
Well, if you didn't like the first one, why would you like the sequel?
Blake?
Because he made me watch it on my
So-
birthday.
So me and Kira, my girlfriend, we watched. I showed her Zombieland 1, and after rewatching it about a fourth time maybe, I rewatched it with Kira, and rewatching stuff with Kira makes me just hate everything. 'Cause she just doesn't like stuff.
I watched Zombieland yesterday.
The first one?
Anyways,
It's so funny on your podcast.
Zombieland 2, 8.5 out of 10.
That's a good review.
Good sequel. I'll take it.
I haven't seen
I
Zombieland
would
2,
agree.
but I give it a 10. Just
good. I like it a
for
lot.
Emma Stone.
The shark-
She is so beautiful.
she is not in
She-
this movie, you fucking dumbass.
Emma
She is.
Stone?
Yes, she
Emma
is.
Stone?
She's the main one of the
She's
main
the main
characters.
chick.
Emma Stone?
Fucking what?
I just
the
about
Are
shit
you
myself
thinking of
because
a
I
different
thought
Emma?
I was wrong and I made
No.
a mistake. Thank God.
You thinking the Harry Potter one?
She's the main.
That's
chick.
Emma
That's Emma
Watson.
Watson.
Girl.
You're thinking of Emma
Oh,
Watson.
I'm stupid. I'm stupid. Slap me
Oh,
on the
I'm
face,
stupid.
everybody. Thanks, all the fans. Ow,
I thought it
fuck.
was weird seeing Abigail Breslin
Wichita,
in the
that's her
movie.
name. She's Wichita in Zombieland.
I was like, Abigail Breslin looks like she walked out of a biker bar and wandered on set.
True.
No spoilers. I'm looking
Yeah,
at you
no
too.
no
Yeah, we'll talk about
spoilers,
something
but there
else.
were zombies in this movie. It definitely
was.
changed my
At
opinion.
least 2 of them.
Okay, well, let's talk about the first movie. So me and Kira, we watched the first movie. I rewatched it for the fourth time or so. And when I rewatched it with Kira, I really realized
Don't hate on it.
that I thought it was okay. I honestly really liked it when I first watched it.
Do you think maybe your enjoyment goes down after you rewatch something?
When you know
Do
what's
you
going
think
to happen.
your enjoyment goes down when you watch it with your girlfriend?
think when
because
I-
she's such a fucking
Prude,
awful
yes.
person?
When I rewatch stuff with my
That's fair,
girlfriend, I just really don't like stuff.
I made a comment about Zombieland in the group chat with you the other day, and you didn't even comment on it. And I was.
I said I didn't think it was that good, and I
you
believe
said
it.
that we were going to Pacific Park, and I was like, "No
I got
zombies
it.
in Pacific Playland," and nobody even said
I got it.
anything.
I didn't say anything, but I got
it.
Driving.
Which
So-
group chat was this in?
You weren't invited, don't-
It was our
don't-
Turkey
Oh.
Bowl group chat.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So
You were in it.
honestly, about Zombieland 2, me and Kira watched it in theaters, and I get free movies.
On my
Everybody-
birthday. We
It was
watched it
on
my
Kira's birthday. Our third host of the podcast, Kira. We were watching it on Kira's birthday. It was a great time, but I honestly just didn't really like it that much. And I think it's just because whenever I'm watching a movie with Kira, she just points out all the wrong things with it, and I just agree with her. And she hates
Sounds like
movies.
he's whipped
so-
to me.
critic.
I'm whipped like a fucking pistachio ice cream. All right,
That doesn't
What?
make sense, but I'll continue.
I'm
Anyway, have you
so
seen
drunk right now.
Have you seen that they came out with the Zombieland 2 game that's on Xbox One?
What?
Have they actually?
Yeah, it's called the same as the title.
What is it?
Right.
Zombieland 2 Double Tap?
Yeah, exactly. And it looks like basically a free Walking Dead mobile game. They just sold it for $40.
Oh my god.
So
$40?
It's in Redbox right now. I mean, you can rent it for $2, but I mean, it looks like garbage.
I don't have a job.
You don't have $2 laying around.
We found $2 today.
Yep. Okay, we'll stop talking about Zombieland 2 because Chayce hasn't seen it, and he's getting heated over here.
I'm getting salty.
Let's talk about.
Let's talk about Turkey Bowl. We played football the other day.
Yeah, we did.
They didn't play football the other day.
Zach didn't and Kira
Four of
didn't.
us were
So
here.
I'm still very sore from
Don't worry,
Turkey
I like
Bowl.
the Instagram posts. It's good
Okay.
enough.
My legs
That was
hurt.
fun.
My abs hurt. My
Yeah.
forearms
I
hurt.
rifled a ball and hit Chase in the balls.
So
Yeah.
we played about an hour of football in the freezing cold temperatures with my brother and his friends
7:30 in the
and
morning.
some of my friends. My brother specifically asked me invite some of your unathletic friends, and so I invited you guys.
And we won, so fuck them.
We
Yeah, I,
did
was
win.
gonna say, I scored 2 touchdowns with only 1 testicle, so pretty sure.
I led the
My
team.
brother has 1 testicle for real, okay? Don't make fun of testicular cancer. So funny story. My
Funny
brother,
We're going on a tangent.
so my brother had testicular cancer for a little bit. When he told me, he said, "Hey, I have testicular cancer."
That's a funny story.
There's my girlfriend. So my brother Bobby, he had testicular cancer, and when he came to my house to tell me that he had testicular cancer, he said, "Okay, I have testicular cancer, but I just got a call from my doctor saying that everything's gonna be okay. They're just gonna have surgery and everything will be fine." And so, yeah, thanks for helping with that serious segment on the Thots podcast. But my brother had surgery. He has one testicle. Go on, Chayce.
I don't really know how to follow.
Remember
that
when you
so
got
if I
hit-
could get some help from the audience?
Remember, Chayce, when you got hit in the balls during a fun football game and you acted like you had testicular cancer?
I
Do you
was
remember
thinking.
that?
I think the first time I met Chayce might have been at Blake's graduation party, but I'm not sure. Were you there? For high school graduation?
He was not there.
Okay, well, I remember playing football with Chayce, and he had long hair. I think that was the first time I met him, but I'm not sure.
I think you guys had intercourse.
I mean, I don't know. I was blacked
I think
out.
that was the second time we met.
Yeah, that was the second time. Get it right, Blake. Probably.
Yeah, Blake, you
I
were
mean,
there.
This is a clunky episode.
Yeah, I wonder who the host is and why that is.
This is real podcasts have prepared topics.
Mm-hmm. Real podcast, like the Sharpshooters podcast.
At Gonzaga Podcast on Twitter and Instagram.
Follow the St. Mary's podcast.
Good luck finding one. They don't have any fans.
Ah, I got them. They actually beat Utah State though, and
Saw
they're ranked
that.
15th. Good for
Apparently,
them.
there's been
Also,
a trade
Russell Winter.
announced. Zach
I
has been
almost
traded to
went
the
to Utah.
Sharpshooters podcast
Hey!
for cash considerations.
Wait, what? Who got what? Who got what? I missed that. Somebody. Oh,
Tyler, how you doing?
how you doing over there, bud?
Not too bad.
Tyler's really chiming into this episode.
I know, I'm thinking of
Tyler.
including Brady in the title because he never talked the last time, but we still.
Oh yeah, that was funny.
He was just hanging on the couch in the back.
Let's talk about some real news. Frozen 2 came out from the...
Do not spoil it.
That's not
Are
how
you
we
fucking
do it.
kidding me? We're gonna spoil it. If you don't want it to be spoiled, go in the bathroom, okay?
Frozen 2, shit goes crazy, and then they fix it.
Careful.
Alright.
Step
They
on.
figure it out.
I'm late. I'm leaving. I'm out of here.
Go.
Let's talk about Frozen 2, everybody.
I'm gonna
I
go
haven't
sit in
seen
your roommate's
Frozen 1.
What?
Oh my gosh.
Oh.
Why are you my friend?
You haven't seen Frozen 1?
Nope.
Huh.
Alright, so Frozen 2.
If the
You're in the
podcast
wrong
ended there, you
room.
know what it meant.
Oh my gosh, this is a fucking mess. Get back in here, guys. We're not talking about Frozen 2.
Let's talk about an actual topic.
Let's hear it. Epstein. Huh?
Oh my god. What's going on?
Thanksgiving was fucking 2 days ago.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. How was your Thanksgiving?
I'm thankful.
So my girlfriend came to Thanksgiving with my family, and it was good. We had a lot of food, and we had some pie and cheesecake, and some ham and turkey and rolls.
Good ham
I had
and
a
turkey.
lot.
What a blessing.
Really, it was quite the blessing.
I hope you said grace before.
Nope.
Speaking of Grace, I actually have a really funny story about my Thanksgiving.
About my friend Grace.
Yeah, that's it. She came to my Thanksgiving.
Yes.
No, so sitting at our dining room table with my family and I, and we were getting ready to eat our meal, and none of us wanted to say grace. So coincidentally, we have an Alexa in our dining room. And so somebody's like, Alexa, say a prayer. And she's like, oh, I have a lot of prayers preloaded. And she literally read the Lord's Prayer, like, through the Alexa, and that was our grace for Thanksgiving dinner. It was the funniest shit ever, honestly.
so millennial.
We're just all sitting there, like, holding hands with our heads bowed while Alexa is reading the Lord's Prayer.
I love that.
The
It was so
Lord's
funny.
Prayer. In Jesus' name, amen.
The future is now.
That's so millennial.
Speaking
I
of
have-
Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I was gonna. No, speaking of Thanksgiving, Tyler just found himself a pumpkin pie, a full one. I respect that.
Respect the drip, Karen.
Unfortunately, this is not a video podcast, but Tyler has a whole pumpkin
the
pie.
In the bathroom? You were in the bathroom, Tyler.
You have a whole pumpkin pie in your bathroom.
Tyler found a pumpkin pie.
It's like a
bathroom.
shower beer, but it's a shower. It's a shower
Oh my
pie.
goodness, I'm too drunk for this. This
Are you
feels
not
like an
gonna share?
admonition. Huh?
No sharing?
Yeah,
Do
no.
any of you have actually an Alexa, like, just in your regular...
No, I was gonna say
I have
actually.
two Alexas in my
So
apartment.
I have like the Google equivalent of it,
Yeah.
and nothing
Are you poor?
was. Yes, very.
You poor fuck. You don't have. You
Alexa, am I
have
poor?
Alexa.
You know what? No, but when you cut corners and you get the Google version, you get like a lesser product because nothing was more frightening than sitting alone in my parents' house with all the lights off, just
I want some.
like just on my phone, waiting for my family to get home, and then all of a sudden, the Google just turns on and just starts going shh, shh.
I don't like
What?
that.
Really?
And it
Ew.
literally was like shushing like a baby, like having a baby go to sleep, and it came on out of fucking nowhere.
And then
And
it's
I was
like
the
baby crying sounds.
yeah, I was the only one in the house, and it was fucking horrifying. And so
Like creepy
That sounds so
lullabies.
scary.
it was literally, and I was like, "Where the fuck?" I was like,
I,
Nobody was home.
I almost got one of those because I got an email that said like if you have Spotify, you can qualify for like a free Google Home thing.
Yeah.
And so I like hit accept, and then it says like, okay, you can pay $40 and we'll send you one.
"Holy shit!"
And I was like, no,
No,
I'm good.
they lied.
Yeah, they
Yeah,
lie.
nothing's. I have one in my room though, and the worst thing is I mean, as most people know here, by far the worst song ever created is "Fireflies" by Owl City.
Wrong.
That's
That's a
like
great
the-
song.
That is, it is fucking
I hope that song
horrible.
plays at my funeral.
It
You
is
would not
a
believe your eyes, Chase.
yeah.
10 million
Well, I can't believe my ears
fireflies.
because it sounds like shit. So,
Boo.
but my sister's boyfriend, when he wants to troll me, I have one in my room, and he will play it through my speaker in my room,
Oh, that's
like
cool.
while I'm like like either playing guitar
Matt
or
is such
video
a
game.
comedian.
What a little trickster. But yeah, no, Owl City. Hey, let's hear. Here's a good idea. What's the number one worst song of all time for each person?
National
Like
Anthem.
number
Oh,
one.
that's not even hard.
I know what yours is, but
Yeah. Do you want me to go now or should I wait?
oh, I
Say
mean,
it.
but
I
we'll-
have one too
yeah, I was
as
gonna
well.
say yeah. So we'll let them think about it.
What's
So
the
you go
worst
first.
song of all time? Ready to go,
The
Mason.
worst song of all time. I'm sure you've heard it on the radio a lot lately. All I Want for Christmas Is You
Oh,
by Mariah fucking Carey.
I'm
You know-
sorry.
Oh, I hate that song.
You know, I'm gonna go with most Christmas songs. I spent Friday at work listening to country Christmas music,
Oh,
God.
and
interesting.
the next day there was no more Christmas music. So
I
that's
like
that
Christmas
way.
music, but I hate that song.
I
you know who I can thank for that? Chase's sister.
You know, I will say,
she was talking about it the other day, and she was like, "I think I I was like, I know that
She's
Mason didn't
single-handed.
like that song,
Yeah,
but I think I ruined it for him because I played it nonstop
She did,
for him."
honestly.
you know, I honestly think Mariah Carey's Christmas song is really not that bad compared to a lot of other songs.
So the backstory of why I hate that song. So Chase and I know each other, and Tyler also, because I knew Tyler before that, but Tyler knows Chase because we all worked at Sky High together, the trampoline park that closed a few years ago.
Oh, did it?
And it was the middle of July, and for some reason, All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey came on. We had like one of those touch tune jukebox things, and I said over our radio, I was like, why are we listening to All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey? It is the middle of July.
Christmas in July.
I guess that might have been the reason. But so Chase's sister Michaela was our boss at the time, and she loves that song. So she went and unplugged the touch tunes and plugged it into her phone, like through the whole PA system, through the whole building, and played All I Want for Christmas Is You on repeat for like an hour and a half.
That sounds like a living hell, though.
It was horrible. So I'm standing there for an hour and a half listening to All I Want for Christmas Is You by Mariah Carey over and over again like 15 times. It was the worst.
That's it. I feel for you.
And so ever since then, I just hate that song.
I would say the worst, like, really popular song that I remember listening to in recent memory was that song "Cheerleader."
Oh,
I think
Tyler loved that song. I know
I
it's
hate
like
that song. I
Tyler
hate
showed me that song a long time ago.
I
Yeah.
hate that song.
Tyler, chime in. What do you think of Cheerleader?
Does it still hold up today?
I like that song.
It's horrible.
I think it was.
Oh, I think that
It would have been a fine one-off, but it was on the radio every time I turned it on. And if you're not watching the visual podcast, there's a bunch of whipped cream in mouths right now.
What a
you know,
party.
Whipped cream, whatever you say, Zach.
Cream in mouth
White
is
stuff
pretty
on
much the
Nathan's
standard
face,
for
that's all
the
it
Deep
is.
Thoughts podcast. So, what better start to the podcast than having people filled with whipped cream in their mouths and they can't talk?
At least me and Zach are sober.
All right, Chase,
Yeah,
what's
no,
your
I've had
worst?
like 4 drinks.
I
And
was
I'm like totally fine.
Yeah, so no, I'm
honestly
I'm
pretty
drinking
I
basically
felt
water.
for-
I've had 2. Can't take it.
Chase, what's your worst song ever? Oh wait, it's Fireflies.
It's
Tyler, what's your
well,
worst song ever?
I don't know.
I had another honorary one, but I can't remember what one it is because there's 2 songs that I fucking hate.
I thought it was
Let's hear it,
Call
Chase.
Me Maybe.
No, it's not bad.
Apparently, Kira just did whippets.
So
Blake, what's your worst song ever?
So the worst song ever, in my opinion, is the national anthem. I mean, I really.
How dare you?
That was a joke, by the way. I love the national anthem. I sing it for
Deep Thoughts
karaoke
Podcast
every
is
time.
Hashtag Deep Thoughts Podcast hates America.
My least favorite song, honestly, I really don't like Macklemore's Thrift Shop.
I can see that.
I really don't like it.
I would say
Song I know all
it
the
was
words
cool when it
to.
came out, but it doesn't.
It was
hold up
never
well.
cool. Thrift shops are not cool. It's just a bunch of fake clothes and a bunch of fake
You've
people.
clearly never
That's
been
where I
to
get
Goodwill.
most of my clothes.
All right.
No,
Yeah, what's your worst song ever?
I don't know.
Come on, what
Alright.
song really just irks you? Just really ticks
Is it
you off?
Downtown by Mac?
Really grinds your gears.
Yes.
Come on, let's go. I'll go in a second.
Tyler, worst song ever.
There's one that I hate, but I can't remember what it is because I haven't listened to this song.
Sing it, Tyler.
It's so
Sing
bad.
it.
I don't remember
Yes.
it.
Did you like Owl City with Carly Rae Jepsen? Good Time.
I'm gonna assume that any song by Owl City is shit.
I like Owl
So-
City, you fucking cunt.
My favorite song. So that's
Deep Thoughts podcast.
wow. We're getting personal out here, folks.
Welcome to the
So-
Deep Thought podcast. Someone say the N-word.
No, God, Jesus Christ.
Oh god.
Wait,
Next to the mic.
Always a good time.
is this Big Time Rush?
It's from Wreck-It Ralph.
We're about to get copyright strikes because of that.
Woo! Sorry. All right, so
Yeah.
I
Let's
bought
have
that
to credit Owl
song when I
City.
watched Wreck-It Ralph.
No. That's,
I never saw Wreck-It Ralph.
So since we're all
it's
drinking,
good.
guys,
I like it.
I have a question. What is your favorite drink? Mixed drink, beer, wine?
Oh,
otherwise?
favorite?
Yes,
Oh.
favorite.
Okay, who wants to
What is
start
your-
this
what is
off?
your go-to?
I already got my
We'll go
answer,
circle.
but
Chase,
like,
go. We'll go
okay.
circle.
So I mean,
pretty
if we're
much brought
going,
this up because of Chase. So.
okay, well, Jesus, guys, okay. So I mean, if I had to go like favorite, like number one tasting drink, like I've gone on record saying I have no shame in drinking, some of the more frilly kind of,
There was no whipped cream.
It's my turn to talk, Blake.
If you guys couldn't hear that, Blake just filled his mouth up with cream.
It was there.
Fucking cream pie.
That was a lot of cream.
Jeez.
A lot of cream and not very much pie. But so anyways, I will pretty much drink anything that you put in front of me. I have no qualms with any form of alcohol from 190 and taking shots of that, which by the way did not end well. It was not a good idea.
didn't you drink Everclear once?
Yes, that's
Yeah.
So
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Yeah, so it was
Okay.
it was
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was not good. But
I've had that
but
before.
but like if we're talking though like best drink, I would have to go with a lemon drop. Nothing is better than a lemon drop.
Oh, lemon drop is good.
Lemon.
Pretty sweet.
Is that pretty much like the kamikaze drink? Like when they make the drink instead of a shot? It's kind of like lemony.
A lemon drop is like vodka, like lemon syrup.
Oh.
And then it's got then a bunch of sugar on the dude. It's so well. Like whenever they ask me though, and I'm like, "Oh, can I get a lemon shot?" They always ask me, "Oh, do you want it in a shot or a drink?" So I don't really know. I've never had like
Yeah.
a kamikaze, or don't know it well enough that I would know. what a
Kamikaze, I feel like, is like the easiest shot to like do. I don't
I
know.
don't even know what that is.
Yeah,
It's like a vodka with like lemon juice or whatever. You don't really taste any alcohol in it. It pretty much just tastes like lime. But it's really good. It's easy to put down.
Oh.
But I actually tried this week. I tried a Vegas drop or a Vegas shot for the first time or something. It was like it's Crown Royal, Red Bull, and like a couple other things. It was actually really good.
interesting.
Yeah,
Interesting.
And I was in Vegas. I didn't even have it.
Oh shit!
And I was like, man, I was missing out on this.
No,
thing.
you
That's-
fucked up.
We can talk about that in a little bit, but
Or
Yeah,
because we
we-
all went to
yeah,
Vegas
yeah.
on 2 different trips.
Oh,
Yeah.
God, we can talk.
But
about
we'll get through this. So, my favorite mixed drink is less frilly,
That's gonna say
but equally as tasty.
no.
I'm a big fan of Bacardi and Diet Pepsi.
I'm with you. I'm drinking it right now.
I would have been drinking it right now, but I've moved on to Sunny D and Bacardi.
You've grown up.
it's a modern day.
It's like Benjamin Button.
What's the word? Orange juice and champagne.
Mimosa.
Oh, mimosa.
It's a modern day mimosa. That's
That's
all.
not modern.
No, it's a poor kid mimosa.
It's a college kid mimosa.
yeah. There we go.
It's like if you want to have a mimosa but also get really lit, this is what you drink. But yeah, Bacardi and Diet Pepsi, 10 out of 10. I love it. I'm a big
Kira,
rum
do you
guy.
have a favorite drink?
I'm a big fan of water.
That'll get you turned.
Okay,
You get lit on life on water.
Mason made me a nice little Bacardi in 20.
I did not do that.
I mean, I made it myself. It's
Yeah,
pretty good.
So is that your favorite though?
Okay, Blake, how
I
about
don't
you?
know,
What's your
I-
favorite drink, mixed, straight, otherwise?
I really like blended margaritas. Margaritas with blended ice.
That's a good,
where it's like
that's a
a
good answer. I
slushy.
like
Yeah.
that.
No, I preached that when we were in Mexico last year, and we went around. Which, by the way, the restaurant we went to, it was 50 pesos which at the exchange rate at the time when we were in Mexico was $2.50, but it was buy one get one free, and it was the size of a fucking fishbowl.
Oh my God. I need to go to Mexico.
And then on top of it, they also, instead of, like if you go to like a Mexican restaurant, they bring out like chips and salsa.
Yeah.
The restaurant we went to, instead of chips and salsa, well, they did bring out chips and salsa. They also gave us 3 bottles of tequila and just set it on the table and a bunch of shot glasses, and it was free included in our meal.
Wow.
So like, it was insanity. But like, that was the best margaritas I've ever had in my life. Oh,
You
I
need to
love that
embrace my
place.
Mexican side.
Talking about Mexico.
Oh god, yes, because he said blended margaritas are his fave.
His shit.
I respect that.
All right, Tyler.
I like alcohol.
You must have a favorite.
You have.
I think my go-to, I guess, is kind of like Caribou shit.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
Tyler's
respect.
always liked Caribou.
Caribou is good though.
I don't know if
Honestly,
I've ever had that.
We made an
yeah.
attempt to
151, Rob.
Yeah, we tried to make it at Watershed, and I messed that up. I messed that up real bad. So, yeah, Lo Siento. So,
Yeah, I've had a Caribou in so long.
we-
Well, they discontinued the 151 Malibu, or 151 Bacardi, so ever since then...
Well, they have it's like called Tarzan or something like that.
Tarzan? King of the Jungle?
I guess I'll go with my go-to. It's actually, I haven't had it in a while, but it's Crown Apple and Ginger Ale.
interesting.
Crown Apple's good. I've never
Brown
had
apple's good. Ginger ale is an odd combination, though, I feel.
I'm not
like.
as-
It tastes pretty good. It
Cranberry
tastes like
juice in
an
there.
apple pie kind of thing.
I do like apple pie. I made one for Thanksgiving. Guess that is my new tradition, as I'm
Throwback.
going to make an apple pie every Thanksgiving. Because I'm useless in every other way, shape, and form.
Well,
on
the
The
best
best
Thanksgiving.
apple pie, though, is the one with like the crumbles on top.
That's what I did.
That's great.
Can't wait to hear from you next year. All right, next topic.
Oh, we actually have a topic prepared.
Yeah.
What?
Oh yeah, we were
We
waiting with you.
segued into one.
Yeah. Because
Because
we're
we're an
like...
actual podcast.
Because
Yeah.
Zach said something about Vegas, and I was like, what a coincidence, we all went to Vegas, but on 2 different more birthday trips.
Okay.
Let's talk about our Vegas experience.
We did that last time.
So basically, Blake and his family, for their 21st birthdays, they always get a group of friends together and they go to Vegas. Well, Blake knows Tyler and Chayce and me because of his older brother, Brady. And so we all went to Vegas for Brady's 21st birthday, when it was our time to do that.
Check
and then,
podcast 15.
and then Blake and Zach also went to Vegas for Blake's 21st birthday. So all of us, with the exception of Kira, have been on a birthday trip to Vegas. And it was a real party.
Yeah, it was. There was lots of things that happened. Many things.
Which we will get into, hopefully.
Maybe.
You're going to have to stick around to find out. Zach, what was your favorite part of Vegas?
You know, I would say probably like the just getting to a new place and seeing like the new getting into like a fancy hotel and going to like the pool and being like, yeah, this is like living it up, man. I
Same.
feel like I'm
Yeah.
at like a resort right now.
You guys
and
stayed at the Mirage, right?
yeah, the Mirage.
Okay,
Did
yeah.
you go to
we
the
also
topless
stayed-
pool?
I didn't even know there was a topless pool.
Oh.
Well, we went there like all the time. We got a deal for some reason where it was like free or
Oh
something.
yeah, no, it was free by like 11 or 12 or something like
If you
that.
were
And then
a
once
certain
you got
time.
in, then you were good. And then everybody's like, "Well, we have to get in there, or else we're gonna have to pay."
I feel like I heard that there was one, but I never ended up going into
It
there
honestly
because
sucked.
we were like out and
It
about.
was not
during
good.
the-
It
during
was
the late night.
yeah. It was no. Actually, I take it back. It was
The one
good,
on-
but the reason why it was good was not because it was a topless pool, but it was because it was age restricted, so children weren't allowed in.
Oh well, that's
That
good.
part was amazing because there was a lot of children running around in the normal pool when we were there. I don't know about you guys, but for
That
us,
was the best
there
part.
was so
Topless?
There's a topless
I've
pool.
seen that.
Yeah.
Topless children?
no, God no, Jesus, Kara, pull your head out of your ass. It's not a hat. So yeah. So
But-
yeah, no.
Yeah, the Mirage was fun. I mean, we definitely...
It was like the best way to like wake up was to like wake up, take some shots, of course,
Oh, of
and go
course.
and go
You
down
went
to the
to sleep?
pool.
yeah, for
Yeah,
real.
Tyler Jason.
No, I
Yeah.
went to sleep at like 6 a.m. every day.
No, I was gonna say like that was me and Tyler. I think the earliest we went to bed I think was 6:30, and the latest we stayed up I think was until about 7:45 on one day, and then we woke up at like
later
probably like
than
8:45.
Yeah, 'cause we-
and it was yeah we. But every time before I went to bed, took one of those like Pedialyte like
I
powder
wish I had
packets,
those.
and I dumped it into one of the mugs in the in the cupboards, filled it up with water, chugged it, went to sleep, and felt great the next day.
I don't know if you guys had the same problem I did. Was I didn't realize when I was there, like, since you're walking around in heat so much that you don't really get drunk because you're sweating all this alcohol
That's
out.
true, yeah.
So the first day I had probably like 12 drinks, but I wasn't drunk at all, and I just felt sick at the end of the night.
Well, then you also get to the point where, like, you're so drunk that it feels normal that you think you're not drunk anymore, but you keep drinking anyway.
That is true. I could have been hammered this whole time. I didn't know.
Your body just became
honestly,
accustomed to it.
being able to legally walk around with open containers and
It's a weird concept.
It is so weird.
Yeah.
It was so cool though
Like,
because
I
it's
know.
like, oh, like we're all going to go to In-N-Out for lunch. Like, oh, everybody make a drink before we
Yeah.
leave. You're just walking down the street with a red Solo cup.
Meanwhile, it's 115 degrees outside, and I'm loving it.
Well,
It was
what's
the
crazy?
best.
What's crazy is about the time that we went. So when we went to Vegas, it was the middle of June, and Vegas was breaking heat records while we were there. And I distinctly remember that it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. We're standing outside. I'm like, man, it is so hot outside. And I look at my phone. Not even kidding. It was 1 o'clock in the morning. It was 104 degrees outside.
Oh my god.
I'm like, this is ridiculous.
That's not natural.
Yeah,
and it felt so good, though.
Oh
my god.
It honestly wasn't that bad because Vegas is obviously just so dry.
Yeah.
Like, the dry heat isn't as bad, but it was...
I've spent a lot of time in Phoenix, and I've been in like Phoenix in like August, and that's all it is just like 120 degrees. The hottest I've ever been in is 122, and that was one of the days that I was in Phoenix, and it was like in early August or whatever. But it doesn't feel that bad. If you're walking around outside though for a while, you feel it real quick.
Yeah, so I'm assuming you guys did like the party bus night.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys make it through the whole night?
Oh yeah, we did.
Sorta.
I did. The rest of you guys though,
Hate it.
no.
I didn't. So, yeah, okay, so the party bus night, so basically there's
Most of us made it.
so there's a thing in Vegas where...
You probably didn't make it for different reasons.
Yeah, so there's a thing in Vegas
Possibly.
where you can basically pay to... You get on a party bus with, like, your group, and it takes you from, like, club to club, and you don't have to pay a cover when you get to that club, and they have, like, drinks and stuff where you're basically each of these clubs for, like, an hour and a half, whatever. And so we did that on ours, I guess you guys did
Perfect
ours.
amount of time to be at a club.
Yeah, it's honestly
Yeah.
super fun. And what was cool about ours was when we went, Blake's dad had a group on, and so it was, like, dirt cheap, and so he paid for it for all
It was
of us.
it was literally like 20
It was
bucks
$20
a
a person, and
Which
it
is
was
insane.
like
Yeah.
an entire night of like party bus, free alcohol, going to all these like high end clubs and stuff. It was super cool.
Transportation.
Well, so we were on the party bus, and Blackout Brady kicked in. So Blackout Brady is Blake's brother Brady's alter ego when he gets really drunk, and he just turns into
We
a
call him
re-
Braden.
He turns into an animal.
Yeah.
But they basically were pouring shots on the bus with like a half gallon of vodka. And Brady's like, this is taking too long. So he goes up to the lady, steals a half gallon of vodka out of her hand, and just starts taking straight pulls out of the bottle. And he's passing it around on the bus. Everyone's like, you can't do that. Brady's like, fuck you, we're taking these pulls. And so we're taking straight shots of vodka right out of the bottle. And we got just obliterated drunk. Like on this party bus, like
We were
thing.
toasted.
Well, so the last club that we went to was
What about the music? On the
oh yeah, that was the okay. Best part of all of Vegas. We're on the party bus. We're all pulling out of
Was there
Brady's.
a hole on your bus?
There was, yeah.
Oh,
But
yeah,
we're all
we took
taking
full advantage.
we're all
Oh,
taking
yeah.
pulls out of Brady's vodka bottle that he stole, and the whole entire trip, for whatever reason, everywhere we went, we tried to get whoever was on music to play "Party in the USA" by
It
Miley
was the bus
Cyrus.
driver.
I know, but so like everywhere we went, we kept like at the top
Wait,
was
yeah.
cool and everything. We're always like, "Hey, can you play Party in the USA"
yeah.
by Miley Cyrus? And they're like, no, that song fucking sucks. And we're like, no, it doesn't. It's super lit. Because it was more just a joke than anything.
Honestly, my favorite song of all time is "Party in the USA" by Miley Cyrus, as everybody here knows.
But so we're on the party bus.
Dead serious.
And we're all just like, just trash, like having a good time. And then all of a sudden, just like the beginning of Party in the USA. And that was like the most hyped any of us have ever been.
And honestly, okay, I'm not gonna lie. When we first got on that party bus, all the rest of the people that were on the party bus, because we probably only took up like half of it to like a third. There were still probably like 25 people on there.
yeah, I
We
mean,
were only,
there was 9 of us, and there was
Yeah.
probably 40 people on the bus.
I don't think there was 40. There was. I would say it was 25 to 30. But regardless,
Either way,
though, there was
yeah.
a lot of people on that bus, and they were very relaxed, very calm. But after a couple stops at the clubs, like and especially when Party in the USA came on, we got those people on their fucking feet, and
Yeah,
they
it
were
was super
feeling
fun.
it.
But yeah, why I say the night didn't end though is because so that all happened. We went to all these different clubs. It was super fun.
Because we went to 3 clubs. How many did you guys go to?
So we went to the Cromwell, we went to the Dre,
We went to the Ghost Bar.
the Ghost Bar on the Palms, and we went to the Tao. So we went to 4.
We went to the Tao, and then I remember that one. And then we went to the one that was under the mini Eiffel Tower.
Oh yeah, we didn't go there at the
Okay,
Paris.
that was fun.
Yeah, we went to the Ghost Bar instead, which is like off the straight, but it's on the roof of the Palms
The
Hotel.
first one we went to was more of like a tavern. It was like it was kind of like it was like fancy, but had like they were purposely doing like kind of a rundown bar look.
Oh, weird.
And then they had karaoke that was going on.
Yeah.
That they had like a live band that would play with you during the songs. And
Interesting.
stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that.
cool. Honestly, the coolest one we went to though was the Drais, but it's on the roof of the Cromwell, and it's an open like there's no. Like, it's on, like, a giant patio, basically. Mm-hmm. So it's outdoors.
That's kind of how
and there's,
the Mini Eiffel Tower one was.
But it's on the, like, 6th level of the Las Vegas Strip, and it looks out to Caesar's
Is that what
Palace.
the one was like red and black? And
Yeah.
like,
And it
okay,
looks
because
out
I
to Caesar's
barely
Palace.
remember it.
Yeah, that place was super cool. But then we went to the Ghost Bar on the roof of the Palms, which is super cool. Ran into Nigel Williams Gospel there, which is really cool.
Yeah, on the night of the draft, too, when he got drafted.
Yeah.
Oh,
In
really?
the NBA
Yeah.
draft, yeah.
Yeah, Chayce and I are, like, freaking out.
I bought him a drink, and he was a very cool guy.
Yeah.
Like, I went up to him and was like, hey, man, I gotta buy you a drink. Like, we're all from Spokane. We're huge fans. And he was like, nah, man, you don't have to do that. And I was like, nah, for real, man. You need to let me buy you a
I
drink.
have to do
Yeah, I
that.
know. And he was like, all right, man. He's like, I'll take a vodka cranberry. And it was actually funny, though, because so I'm like, all right, good dope. So I go to order the drink, and his, like, cousin comes over and kind of like, he's like, so, how do you know Nigel? And he looks like he's kind of freaking out a little bit because he's like, who is this weird ass dude that's trying to buy a drink for him or whatever? And I was like, oh, we're all just from Spokane. We're just all huge like Gonzaga basketball fans or whatever. I was like, I haven't missed like a Gonzaga game in like probably like 5 or 6 years. And he all of a sudden, literally, just you could see his shoulders like relax, and he's like, "Oh, cool, man, cool." And then I just kind of talked to him for a minute. Like both of them were super, super nice. But yeah,
that was super
Is he
cool.
playing in the NBA right now?
Yeah, he's on the Utah Jazz.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. They signed him to a 3-year
three-year
deal.
deal.
I don't know.
Did
How
you say
much it's
Nigel
worth.
Williams, Goss?
Yeah.
Okay, so because I remember he got drafted, and then he went to like a Euro League for a while.
Yeah,
So he's
he's-
back in the NBA now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they signed him this offseason to a 3-year deal.
Is he actually playing like fairly?
No,
well?
he
really.
doesn't. He hardly plays,
Yeah,
but
but-
he got signed to a 3-year
Yeah.
deal though.
Yeah,
So
still.
That's probably like $50 million.
But yeah, so we did that, and then we went. So our last stop was at the Thots Venetian. And there was a huge line, but like since we were part of this party bus thing, we like got our own line. We got in, and we go up to the front, and we're just like,
What about the escalator?
No,
right?
no.
Singing the Tiger song.
"Oh, is that what happened?" Okay, yeah. So we were like riding up the escalator, and we're singing like the "What Do Tigers Dream" of the song from The Hangover.
Yeah.
Like all like 8 of us are just blaring this song, but which was super funny. But we get up to the thing, and they're like, "Yeah, you guys are too drunk. You can't come in."
well,
And we're like, we are on the Las Vegas Strip. You're going to tell us we're too drunk? And so they wouldn't let us in. They're like, yeah, you guys need to go downstairs, eat some pizza, because there's like a pizza place downstairs.
funny.
Like, you guys need to go downstairs,
You
eat
need
some
20
pizza.
cc's of pizza stat.
Well, they're like, go eat some pizza, come back in an hour, and we'll see. We're like, okay, that kind of sucks, but whatever. So we go downstairs, just go sit around for like an hour, because we're like, we're just trying to like get into this club.
It's Vegas, dude.
Yeah, right? And so after an hour, we go back up, and we're like, all right, we're back. Like, can we go in now? And the guy's like, oh, my shift is actually over. You guys, you're going to have to talk to this guy. And we're like, okay, like, can we get in? He's like, well, you're going to have to pay the cover. We're like, what do you mean? We're part of this thing. And he's like, yeah, I don't fucking care. You're going to have to pay the cover. We're like, how much is the cover? And he's like, it's $50.
Holy shit!
Oh my god.
And we're like,
so
I was
fun,
bitching
yeah,
for a Globe cover
nope.
10.
yeah, like, nope, we're not paying the cover.
So, fun fact though, I actually made it into that
I
club.
got in.
And Tyler eventually got in somehow, but it was me, it was Rick, it was the girl that I met on the party bus, which, rest in peace to whoever, because she might have been dancing on me, and then I was dancing on somebody else. And
But you're too drunk to tell.
yeah, it was rough. So sorry for whoever I sat on. But anyways, it was like us three, it was Tristan and then Rick. And it was just us four. And we were kind of just talking amongst ourselves, and then there was the delinquents behind us of the rest of the group that ended up not making it in, and they must have assumed that we were like two separate groups. But
It's funny when you're on a party bus and like you lose some people after every club.
no, but we all went in. We were standing in line together, like we were literally back to back.
Yeah.
But it was just we were kind of talking like us four together, and then everybody else was like talking behind us or whatever, and they for some reason wouldn't let them in, but they left us in. The bar was actually super super cool. But when I made it inside, though, it was it was a good time.
It is funny though because before we went out to the clubs, we were watching the Hall of Fame game, and then we were like, once Brett Rippon threw that game-winning touchdown, we're like, all right, cheers, let's go out and have a good time.
That's funny because we were watching the NBA draft, and that's what we were waiting for.
Yeah.
That was the year that Nigel got drafted, and then
Zach Collins got drafted.
so.
Yeah. And then we were literally watching that. We're like, all right, like let's head out. And then so it's
Good
funny.
memories, good memories. drinks.
Yeah, while we're all getting ready and looking.
But yeah, that was honestly super funny because like there was a group of us that waited for the hour, and I was part of that group. And then when they didn't let us in the second time, we're like, okay, like let's just go back to the room and see if we can like link up with everybody else because there was a couple people that were missing. And so we like go across the street, go back to the Mirage, like go up the elevator, and we were like, basically the Mirage has 3 like big long hallways, but we were in like this big suite, so we were like in the middle, like in the hub, and we get out of the elevator, we walk into the like the central area, the hub of the floor, and our friend Ethan is standing there in nothing but a Mirage bathrobe and Mirage slippers
and the visor.
And a visor.
And he was just pacing around in circles around this
spinning
table.
around, like, drinking his drinks. Oh, hey, guys. We're like, hey, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know. Just hanging out. Just walking around in circles in the hallway.
And then he puts his head back down and he starts walking in circles again.
Like, okay, cool. Like, whatever. And so we open up our room, and, like, our Blackout Brady, like we just said, So we open up the door to our room, and Brady is just on another level. Like, he is freaking out because he wants to go back out, but he was way too lit to go back out. And our other friend TJ was like trying to like take care of him and try and get him to sleep because he was just he was gone. And Brady was super
taming Blackout Brady.
Well, and so Blackout Brady really wanted to go back out.
I haven't seen him in that state before.
Oh god, dude, it's a crazy situation. But so our friend TJ's trying to calm him down, and Brady's like, "No, I want to go back out." And there's an ironing board because it was like our fancy night, so everybody had been ironing their clothes.
Him in the head with it.
No, so he runs up to the ironing board, grabs it, and just launches it across the hotel room. Like flips into the other room, and then he grabs a beer can, smashes it, and just throws it as hard as he can into the wall. We're like, Jesus Christ, what is going on? And we had this other guy with us who was like part of our party bus crew that we like met.
Bozeman.
And his name was Bozeman. Yeah, well, we don't know what his actual name was, but he was from Bozeman, so we called him that. But Bozeman was with us, and Brady's like, what the fuck is he doing here? And we're like, what do you mean? He's like, he's not part of our group. And we're like, it's not that big deal. And he just like starts freaking out, and he like is throwing stuff. We're like, yep, we're just gonna go. And our friend TJ's like, okay, like cool, thanks. But yeah, that was a crazy time.
What was your favorite moment, Blake?
What?
Vegas.
Betting and winning money.
Yeah, I was gonna say, did you guys like do much gambling?
No, I didn't.
I'm not much of a gambler.
No, I don't. I went gambling the very first time I went to Vegas. And I just only played blackjack, but I was there for about a week though, and it was just me and my.
That seems like way too long.
No. So it was different though because it was me, my sister, and her boyfriend, and I just turned 21, and it was spring break, and they were like, "Hey, let's go to Vegas for your 21st, and we'll hang out there for a week. It'll be super fun." And I was like, "Okay, cool." And so we didn't get like. You know, it wasn't like I was getting just absolutely shit-faced, like just drinking a crap load like the entire time I was there. Instead, it was like us, like, you know, we would drink or whatever, but we would also go out and we would do a lot of gambling, you know, and, you know, kind of the lower, like, blackjack tables or whatever. Mm-hmm. But we went to a lot of shows as well. Mm-hmm. And actually, too, the shows part of Vegas is super, super cool.
I wanted to, like, next time I go, because I know I'll go again, I'll check out some shows. Yeah. I didn't really check out any.
Yeah, Rock of Ages was amazing. It was so good. But, like, so that was my first experience. But the second time that we went, when it was all of us, I didn't gamble a single time, and we only gambled on one of the days when we went to Fremont Street, and
yeah, which was honestly super fun. But that's the problem with Vegas is like either you're playing slots the whole time, which is like it's not really my thing, or you're playing table games. But like if you're playing on the strip, like the table minimums are pretty expensive.
Yeah, I'm more of a slot guy than a table guy because I don't know what I'm doing on the tables, and I don't want to like fuck up everybody.
And that's the thing that you have to be careful about because if you're playing blackjack, if you go ahead and you make really stupid decisions, it affects the people to the left of you.
Well, that's what was cool for us, though, was because Brady and Blake's dad, like, he obviously goes to Vegas a lot, and so we went up to our room one afternoon, we were just taking a break in the middle of the day, we had this big-ass dining room table, and we all just sit down around this table, and he whips out a couple decks of cards, and, like, teaches us all how to play blackjack.
Yeah.
And we, like, sat around in a circle, we all learned how to play blackjack, and then that night we went to Fremont Street, where there's $1 table minimums, like, at a lot of places. And we all just like played blackjack that night, and it was honestly super fun.
Yeah, and the coolest part about the gambling, if you're at a table, they just bring you free drinks. Now, I mean, if you don't tip them, then like that's bad. But yeah, I mean that's kind of you're a terrible person. But tip your servers, everybody.
That's why you give them one big tip the first time, and then they keep coming back.
I will say that like that first day we were there felt like the longest day of my life because we woke up at like 4 a.m.
Oh,
and
yeah,
were
we
up
did
until
the
like
same.
2 a.m. So I was like, has it been 3 days? Because
Yeah,
there's
that's-
no way this has been one day.
We've just been awake the entire time. That was kind of how it was for us.
I still remember it was super funny. One of our friends, our friend Tristan, that was the first time he'd ever been on a plane. Was when we went to
really?
Vegas, yeah. And I was like talking to him because we went through Seattle, and I was like, oh yeah, like our first flight because we were flying Alaska. I was like, our first flight from Spokane to Seattle is probably going to be on a Horizon plane, like a little prop plane, and then our flight from Seattle to Vegas is going to be like a bigger jet, whatever. It's like, okay, cool. We get on our flight from Spokane to Seattle. It's a 6 a.m. flight on like a Tuesday. We're on a 737-900, which is the biggest plane Alaska has. And I just tell Tristan, I'm like, dude, this is like the biggest plane that I've ever been on. Like, we're taking off out of Spokane, and Tristan's like, holy shit, like, we're going so
You've never been
fast.
on a plane before?
He'd never been on a plane.
Man.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was so funny, though.
Yeah, no. I love flying though. I don't know about you guys, but me personally,
I
like,
actually like turbulence a little bit.
yeah, well, I don't mind.
It's
Like,
fun.
I just the part of like flying and like. I don't, maybe it's because it gives me an excuse to just listen to music, and I don't have to pay attention to anybody else or do anything else, and it gives me an excuse to listen to music for like a couple hours or do whatever I want. Like, I like that part of it, you know? Like, I can just basically shut people out and be like, I don't have to talk to you, I can pretend like I'm sleeping, kind of thing, but I love it.
Tyler, what was your favorite part of Vegas? The suspense is killing me.
Drinking.
Drinking.
All right, well, that's a one-word answer from Tyler. We'll check back in 20 minutes, bud.
So did you guys like have a final total of how much you guys won?
I
Because I
won.
think I lost like $200. Yeah.
So I probably...
I spent
So when we went to Fremont Street, I won $90. And then when, like, the day we left, we had like a couple hours to kill, so I went across the street and played just like a little bit, and I lost like 50.
Yeah.
So I probably came out.
Did
like
you
40
guys
bucks ahead.
engage with any of the street acts over there?
Oh,
Because we-
God.
What was that guy's name?
No.
He's not talking about that. He's talking about the girl in the police uniform.
Oh.
Yeah, I was pretty intoxicated.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You should say what happened.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, it's not really. It wasn't that bad, but basically, what happened was, sorry, Mom. So we
I'm
we
sure
go
she's
out.
listening.
We're walking. Yeah, we're walking back to like our hotel room or whatever, and we run into these girls that are dressed up as like these like sexy police officers or whatever, and so I'm like talking with them or whatever, and they're like, oh yeah, no, you should go ahead and like. Take, like, oh yeah, like, I was like, oh, okay, like, I'll take a picture or whatever. Not something sober Chayce would do, but, I was like, all right, I'm in Vegas, there's something to do. So I go ahead and I take some pictures or whatever. Well, Tyler goes ahead and he's taking the pictures and he uploads them to all on Snapchat. And one of them was a video of me getting whipped by this girl that's dressed up as a cop. And and I immediately get my phone and I look at it, and even drunk Chayce was like, you know what? Should probably take this off. So I take it off, and it was super early in the morning. Like, it was probably like 5 a.m. or so. Like, I don't know exactly what time it was, but it was super, super early. And, like, I go ahead and I leave the other couple photos. Well, we go to bed. We wake up like an hour later because, me and Tyler we would go to bed at like 6:30 and wake up at like 7:30 every day when we were there. And I go ahead and I'm like, okay, that was dumb. I should probably delete all these photos off my Snapchat. I don't want my family or anybody else seeing them. So I go, and only 5 people saw it on my Snapchat. So I'm like, okay, we're good. Like, but I looked at the 5 people, and one of the people was my mom, and she was very concerned and was telling my sisters, "Does he know that there's hookers down there? Like, they're just hookers." Like, and I'm like, "Thank you for the concern, mother." But
What?
Yeah. Wait, what? You mean she didn't want to hang out with me? Oh man, but yeah. So yeah, that was our experience. Did you have any experience with the street acts there, bud?
My lightsaber fought some dude.
Really?
Oh, we had that too.
That's similar.
Yeah, so he was just holding a sign that just said "Duel Me." Oh, whoops! Okay, that scared me. The laptop blacked out for a second.
Oh god.
But yeah, he was like, "Yeah, you don't have to pay anything to like engage with me or anything. I just take tips." So there was 3 of us there. I think Blake was still gambling in the casino, so we were just kind of out in the street by ourselves. So we each took turns fought him. I actually disarmed the guy.
Oh, nice! You fucked him up.
Myself, and then he came with a fake blade. It was like, ah! He was gonna stab me, and I was like, ah, you got me.
No, I would have like.
I tipped him $1.
No, yeah. Here.
So you want to hear a funny... Was that on Fremont Street?
Yeah, I was on Fremont.
So, funny story about when we were on Fremont Street, which you actually may not have heard. we ran into the D's Nuts guy
Oh,
on Fremont
yes!
Street. Yeah, we were literally just walking up Fremont Street, and there's like, I don't know, like 10 or 15 people like gathered around, and there's this guy with a black t-shirt with gold letters that just says D's Nuts in big letter, and we look, we're like,
Embrace the meme.
oh my god, it's the D's Nuts guy. And he's just like taking pictures of the people. We're like, what the hell? Like, why is this guy just on Fremont Street just hanging out? But he is just as hideous in real life as you would think. Oh
I think
God.
he has a beautiful soul. He's a beautiful soul.
He's nuts. Got it!
Yeah, and then they were doing the thing that I almost tried. It was like hang on the bar for like a minute or something and you win $100. But then they like grease up the pole or whatever.
The bar spins.
Yeah, the bar spins. That's what people were saying. Like the people that tried were like kind of hanging back and like telling people what was going on. So I was like, I'm not going to waste my money on that. But then I like during the casinos, I like tried to win some, but then I don't really play the table, so I just play slots, and I lost like probably $100 or something.
Yeah, I'm not a huge slot machine fan, honestly.
Yeah, well, it's just kind of boring because you can't really control your. Like, I know, like when it comes to gambling, and if you're playing like tables, it's like you can't really like. There's only so much you can do,
Yeah.
you know. But if you have a skill level, you can improve your chances. Whereas with slots, there's
Yeah, that's the
nothing
thing.
you can do.
It's like I feel like my decisions actually affect what's going to happen in the table games, but like on slots, it's literally just like hit a button and like hope. And like that's the thing is, I know that like slot machines are designed to make you lose money, so that's why I'm like I don't really want to go play slots where I know I'm going to lose, like overall.
Yeah, you
So-
might get lucky, but it's like.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah,
I would rather play a game that I'm actually involved in and have to think and
Yeah.
use my brain.
Did you guys go to the New York Center and ride the roller coaster over there?
We didn't ride the roller coaster. We did go there though.
We did?
Did we?
I thought so.
It was the area with like the Moulin Rouge, or not the Moulin Rouge, the Coyote Ugly Bar. Did you guys go in
I
there?
know.
No,
I don't think we did. The only place
I thought we went there once. Like
We might have.
for just a brief minute. The problem was that's like so far down the strip from like where we were.
Yeah,
staying.
no, we walked the whole way. We were like,
Yeah.
we walked all the way down there.
We went to a tequila place where it was you paid $20 and you got unlimited tacos and tequila.
We saw that sign. We almost did that, but
We did it, and it
we
was
we
sick.
didn't do
Honestly, it was in the Mirage. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because it was only on Tuesdays. But yeah,
Yeah.
it was a screaming deal.
It's unfortunate though because I didn't like tequila at all at that time.
I didn't.
But now,
So-
like that's like if I'm taking a shot, like it's gonna be
We're
tequila.
going back to Vegas, Chase.
yeah,
Yay!
Woo!
Back to Vegas.
Just for that sole reason.
We almost did that, but we were like so full from just drinks that we were like not in the mood to like spend 40. I think it was like $40 at that time that we went.
Oh yeah, it was 25 when we went.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it was
Oh,
like
was it
36 or 40 when we went to
Oh,
like,
yeah.
get that. So we were like, we're not really that hungry, so we're not going to take full advantage of it.
No, Tyler took full advantage of it. The amount of tacos this man ate and tequila, wow. And that included margaritas too. You could have unlimited margaritas, but the margaritas were horrible.
They
Oh,
were
really?
shots of tequila with
They were
salt on the rim.
disgusting how bad they
Yeah,
were.
they were really bad.
It was horrible. So at that point, it was
Well,
just
you're
like,
getting your money's worth, though.
oh yeah, you were. Well, I don't know. They might have just put honestly gasoline in
So
there.
remember we went to the Cabo Wabo bar the first night, and I remember we were hanging out with like a couple of the bartenders there, and one of them,
Oh, yeah!
one of them literally at
like
the end of
loved
the night
astrology.
gave me a ride home in her car back to the Mirage.
Oh.
Yeah, I was like I was going with this girl like through the back rooms
Dude,
of this casino. She
I-
took me to the employee parking garage and gave me a ride back to the casino.
That's awesome.
Her name is Carla, and
That's right, yeah.
and I still have her phone number, and it's still in my
Can we get her on
phone.
the podcast?
Carla, come on
Carla,
out.
if you're listening, Carla from Las Vegas, bartender at Cabo Wabo.
Call our 1-800 line.
You're very hot, and I appreciate you. But yeah, good times. Yeah, that was funny though. But oh yeah, Vegas was a good
Yeah,
time.
one thing I would say, by the end of like 2 days, I was like done. Because like when you're walking down the street, you're just getting approached by people all the time, which kind of like gets old after a while. Like people with music CDs and everything like that.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's
They like
annoying.
try to hand you your CD and then
See,
you
that's
take
why
it,
we were
they,
just
like, run
drunk.
up to you and steal it back.
We
Like,
were
what
just
do you do?
drunk the whole time,
Yeah.
which made it better. Like, I don't know how much booze Rick bought, but it was like,
We drank all of it.
yeah, we probably had like 3 or 4 half gallons of.
We had 3 or 4 half gallons, and I think we had 6/5, and then we had a couple 30 bombs, and that was just for the alcohol in the
Just in the
hotel.
room.
Yeah,
And
I
we
had a
finished
lot
that.
of like vodka with orange
Yeah.
juice.
Well, and that's the thing is, like, when you guys went, it was a smaller group than we did, because we had 8 of us plus Brady Blake's dad, and you guys had 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so, like, when there was 8 of us, like, Rick justified that by buying a lot more alcohol.
Yeah.
And so we had so much booze in the room that, like, anytime we did anything, like, we were drunk.
yeah.
From, like...
Because
the
we would
minute-
be like, wait, we were
would start
going
drinking
somewhere
when we woke
would,
up.
Like, yeah.
And
Yeah.
we're like, man, like, if we're going to be in Vegas, like, we might as well just drink the whole time. And so we did that the whole time. And like if people are coming up to you and trying to sell you shit on the strip, like if you're drunk, it doesn't really bother you.
Yeah, you're just like, no thanks, and then you just keep walking.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we
Or
just
you
did
talk
that.
with them.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
massive.
So,
Oh, Massive.
What a
Oh, Massive.
What a
Were you there for Massive?
I wasn't there.
Oh, Massive. Yeah, that was actually running with some hookers. And then also a gentleman named Massive, which he was massive. He was like 6'7". Like, how big was he, would you say?
450.
Oh, so was
Yeah.
he just like a bodyguard, basically?
No, he wasn't. He was just
500?
walking around. We just ran into him. We just started talking to him. But yeah, no, this dude was huge, though. He was like 6'6", 6'7", like 400 pounds. Like,
More
just a
than that.
huge dude. I don't know. I would it seems pretty excessive, though. Like, 400 is a lot.
I'm like almost 300.
Okay, but like, still, though.
400
like-
is huge, but 500 is
This
massive.
guy was massive.
But yeah, no, this dude was like, he was huge, but super cool guy. Shout out to Massive and his two other friends that I don't remember their names, because their names weren't as cool as his. But
Still, one of the funniest things I saw was we were walking. Chase and I actually were walking down the strip at like 2
Oh,
o'clock in the
God.
morning, and this guy is walking by himself the opposite direction of us, and he's like big ass bodybuilder guy. Like he's probably 6'3", 6'4", just stacked, and he's in jeans and no shirt, and he's just lathered up in body oil
and super tan,
super tan. He's bald, just terrifying looking. And Chase and I like kind of noticed him. We're like, what the hell is this guy's deal? And he's just, you could tell he was just super angry. Like he's just like fuming about something.
And there's nobody else around. It was just us.
And so we walk past him. And as we walk past him, he kind of looks at us and he's like, y'all are playing checkers while I'm playing chess. And we're like, what the hell?
I literally stood in front of
Leave
him.
us alone.
I literally stood in front of like everybody and was like, if he comes at us, I will sacrifice myself for you guys.
Yeah,
There's
he was
no way.
clearly on something. But
Yeah.
yeah, that was so weird.
What's your address?
My address?
Yeah,
Say
tell
my address
everyone
live on the pod.
podcast.
Sorry,
All right.
put this in.
Oh yeah,
You
Vegas.
ordering
What a
something?
good time. What a good time.
I thought Dylan was gonna like get into a fight with some hookers because we were like walking down the strip after the last bar on the bar trip at like 4 in the morning, and some girl, like a group of girls, approached us and were like, "It's a little late to be out here by yourself" or something like that.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they were like doing the whole spiel, and then he was like, "Whatever," and he said like, "What can like $20 get me or something?"
Oh god.
And then like he was like arguing with them, and then they're like, "You broke, get out of our face, get out of our face." And then he was like yelled at him. He's like, "Whatever, bitch," stuff like that. I thought he was gonna get in a fight with him. I was like speed walking away because
You're like, I don't want to be here. I don't want to be
I
here.
do not want to get jumped by some
Tyler.
prostitute's bodyguard.
Oh god. Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm speed walking out here, and then like they went back to the hotel, and then me and Joel just went to White Castle at 5 a.m. because
Dude.
we were hungry.
Dude, me and Tyler, we went out and we
They're
were
tasty.
drinking. I think it was Wednesday. I think it was the Wednesday day, and we were there, and we were like kind of walking around, and everybody else had like gone back to the hotel room, and it was probably like 6:30 or so when we were like, hey, let's go get some food at McDonald's because there's a McDonald's nearby, and I think it was like the only. It was just the closest place nearby, and we had been eating like every other place like there.
Yeah.
So we were just kind of like, let's just get some McDonald's real quick, get some kind of breakfast stuff. Oh, that's right, it was because we wanted like McGriddles and stuff. So we go in, we get the.
It's also because that's how I paid for my food because I went down there with $50 and I had the app. For
Oh, that's right. Yeah, that's
buy a
exactly
drink, get
right.
Anything free.
Yeah, I knew there was a reason why, but so we go down in there or whatever, and we hanging out, we're eating or whatever, right? And then we leave, and we went in there, and it was pitch black outside, and we left, and it was like the sun was up, like we're like, oh god, and we're like, we
Usually
should
when it's like daylight on the strip and you're like by yourself.
Yeah, no, yeah.
What's
At least me and Tyler had each other, but like we like went in and we left or whatever, and we were like, all right, it's like 7:30. Like we need to like maybe we should go back and sleep for like an hour before the rest of the group like wakes us up. So like we went back and we got back at like 7:45, and then we like went to sleep and
I feel
literally
like
got
sleeping
woken.
for 1 hour would make it so much worse.
No, it was you needed it, but the problem was like for me like drinking that Pedialyte with the powder or whatever like right before I went to sleep was
We
great.
didn't have any of that.
No, my sister, like, shout out to Michaela. She literally was like, you can't bring Pedialyte onto the plane, but she was like, but I got you a bunch of, like, powder versions of it. You just dump it in your, like, water bottle, and then you drink it, and it's the same thing. I was like, oh, this is perfect. Like, and so I didn't do it the first night, and I woke up, like, super, like, pretty decently, like, hungover.
Yeah.
And then I drank it after that, like, right when I woke up. But the next 2 days, though, I was like, I'm drinking it before I go to bed, and then if I'm like hungover, it's not going to be nearly as bad, and I'll just, drink some again, and I'll be fine. But like when I woke up, though, I was never like hungover, but I was just always like excessively tired. And I was like, I am so dead tired right now. But like everybody else was like doing stuff or whatever, so it kind of like wakes you up or whatever, and then all of a sudden it's like 11 o'clock, and you're like, all right, I'm alive, and then you go back to doing the other stupid things that you were already doing the other 2 days. But yeah, Vegas was wild.
It was fun.
It was probably one of my favorite experiences I've ever been.
Yeah.
Would go again.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
100%.
Yeah. It's just hard. Like now we're all like adults and.
I hate
Now we're all
jobs.
men. We got beards.
Beards and things, as he says with a
Beards
completely shaved face.
We all have beards. And,
Completely optional, by the way.
we have beards and 401ks and
yes, living the
I
adult
don't know.
life.
It's just hard because like it's not very often you get to like do that with like a huge group of your friends, but like it was pretty fun.
Yeah.
Oh, what's going to happen again?
Oh yeah. Well, hey, if you guys want to come down to Mexico, I'm going to Mexico. I think in like April. So.
Oh, hell yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
I don't have a passport, but I'm in.
No,
You can get one by April.
Yeah, you can get one by April. You're good.
If you drive, you don't need one.
Why would you drive
Yeah,
from Washington State to Mexico?
I've done it a few times.
Did it before, I'll do it again.
All right, we got it in our. We got our every 10 minutes. We have to get Tyler to chime in with something very vague,
I do
and it
need
makes
a
you
passport,
uncomfortable.
though, just in case.
In other news, so this doesn't turn into a Las Vegas episode, we all play in a fantasy football league together.
Oh, I don't want.
In the
Oh, Blake's
lady,
back!
in the Lady Killers League.
Lady Killers Fantasy Football League.
Where collectively the entire group has 2 girlfriends out of 12.
Not many.
Who's the other one?
Dylan.
Oh, and TJ.
Oh, there's 3.
TJ even has a baby.
25%.
Does Nick
That
count
is not too bad.
No, they're not dating.
No, we're not going to talk about that.
Brady might have a girlfriend. Who knows?
Nobody knows about Brady. Brady's confusing. Brady's an enigma.
Yeah, but yeah, that's fun.
That was your whole topic.
That was it. Yeah.
I don't know.
We play fantasy football. Moving on.
Yeah, that really contributed to about 45 minutes of the episode.
Back to Vegas.
Because that's more fun. Oh, man, Vegas.
What else can we
I
talk
wish I knew
about?
what that girl's name was that I met while I was down there, but I miss
Oh,
her.
Tyler had something.
Yeah, Tyler, hit it away. Let's
Tip
hear
of
it.
his tongue.
I forgot.
Oh.
I know what it is, but I forgot.
What? Ugh.
Oh, man. You know, honestly, that's probably okay because we're at 1 hour and 4 minutes.
Are we actually?
Yeah.
Wow, look at that.
That's good enough for a whole episode, I
See,
think.
but the issue there is that's just a repeat of the last one we did.
No, it's not.
We literally talked about Vegas.
Did we?
Did we?
Yeah. That was like the entire episode.
Well,
Whatever.
good thing I'm the only listener of this podcast.
Yeah,
I'll
who
listen to it
cares?
again.
Nobody cares, Tyler.
Anyway, that was a good drunk episode. Blake has been out of it since the intro, but
I
we
did-
still had one host here, and I'm never leaving.
Yeah.
I
We
did
appreciate your
notice-
dedication.
It's like that clip. Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
No,
Or have you seen that
I
clip?
wanted to see it.
Oh, you should watch that movie. It's great.
My friend yelled at me yesterday for not
But there's
watching.
a scene in Wolf of Wall Street where the main character, he runs like an investment firm, and the feds.
Is that
are-
Leo's character?
Yeah,
Or-
Leonardo
okay.
DiCaprio. The feds are trying to get him to like leave because if he stays, he's gonna like go to prison for like all this like money laundering and shit. And they're like, yeah, but if you leave, then maybe you can get out of it. And so he like gets up in front of his company and he's getting ready to leave. He like is getting ready to make this announcement that he's gonna leave. He's like, you know what? I ain't fucking leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. And everybody like cheers. That's
And then he...
You hear that, everybody? I'm never leaving. As long as you listen, I'm not leaving.
You guys never grabbed your shovels, though.
Grab your
you grab your shovels. We're digging deep.
Cue the outro.